It's Auntie Jessica on this, what should I say, terrific Tuesday. Yeah, having a wonderful day so far. What about you? What about you? What about you? I'm here having my coffee. What time it is here now? Just after 1:30. I don't know what time it is for you, wherever you are. Yeah, no catching up on breakfast. Took my daughter to school, and then I was privileged, and I used the word privileged. I was privileged to go to the airport to see off a beautiful young lady, Shamira, we call her Mai. She is heading to the Carifta Games. I would have shared her before, for those who might not know. That is the games at the different islands in the Caribbean, competing against one another in athletics, right? Yeah, her event is the javelin, and she only started learning it recently, and she's excelling. Mm-hmm. She won, I guess, at her school sports. Then we have what we call inter-school sports. The different secondary schools. Secondary schools would be what? From the age 11 to about sometimes 16, sometimes 18. You know, all the different schools nationally compete against each other. She won that. I think she broke a record too, you know. Yeah, and she qualified for Carifta. So some of the athletes are leaving today and some tomorrow. It's like the biggest team ever for Barbados. I think like 60 something, which is great. I'm wishing all of you well, yeah. All my young people. Continue doing positive things. Continue to challenge yourself. Continue to give of your best. Continue to show up even when you don't feel like it. Probably especially when you don't feel like it, right? Continue to show up and try your best and put in the effort. Once you're consistent, you will see rewards. I'm just gonna say I'm not rushing. I'm not gonna be here for 2 hours today. Like how it worked out on Sunday. I guess on Sunday people had time, including myself. It was not a day to be rushed. I'm just gonna chat for a bit because I felt led to share while I was waiting at the airport. I'm gonna chat. I'm gonna release what's on my heart to share with you. And then I'm going to wipe off my tears. Oh, I didn't share about that. I finally got mine. Well, let me say finally, like it took a long time. I got my new cushion covers. That's good coffee. That's one of those packages that you can buy like 3-in-1 that you just add water. But me and this sweet mouth I've been having nowadays, which I really shouldn't. I like to add condensed milk. It's yum yum yum. It's hazelnut flavor. I give a special shout out to. We call him Tony the Tiger. Yeah, my friend. It's his habit to have his weekly coffee, and he started roping me into that. And that's what's getting me now trying these different things with the coffee. Or sometimes I enjoy a good cup of chai tea. What's your favorite? Are you a coffee person, a chai tea, a herbal tea, a hot chocolate? Well, for herbal teas, I just go and like pick leaves or like get the plants from in the garden naturally like that. I like pomegranate, mango, guava, bay leaf. That's a really nice tea. Smell very strong, but very strong flavor. Um, where is it? Pomegranate, mango, guava, bay leaf, lemongrass. Another wonderful one. Yeah, very aromatic. Actually, sometimes if I'm pampering myself and I'm like soaking my feet, I would add some Epsom salts. What else I put in there? Some peppermint to get the little tingle, and then I put in lemongrass for the sake of the aroma. It's really nice. I'm just enjoying a little quiet tea time with you. I'm not rushing down my tea so I say tea, but you know I mean coffee. Rushing down so I can say what I have to say. And I love when I get this quiet time and I can have the house to myself, yeah. My daughter is at school. My husband, he not long head out, do 2 errands and then collect her from school. I have 2 persons over in the extension part of the house. Grouting the tiles, the tiling hopefully will be all completed today. Somebody agreed to that with me in prayer that it will be completed today because we said by the end of March, we'll see. But other than that, I'm here with my peaceful self. I don't have to cook. I have food I cooked last night. So I'm going to put on something on the television to keep me company as I do what I have to do. Clean off the chairs, put in the new cushions, take the cushion covers off the old cushions because I'm going to dispose of that foam. And maybe just do a little tidying and go and get myself some rest. I want to clean the car, but I have the car partly down the road so that we don't have to be back and forth with the driveway. When the 2 of them come in now, they can go right to the back, and then I would put my Betsy, that's the name of my car, put Betsy to the front. And then I'll clean her. I'm trying to do that at least weekly. Can you hear my birds? It's awesome. Very peaceful. You know, there's some people who can't stand the quiet, you know. I used to be like that when I was younger too. I always feel you need to have, even sometimes I would turn on the TV in the room just to have like that background noise. Not really be following it, but just to have that noise as I do things. You know, if when I really enjoy the silence. Even sometimes driving in my car, like that I would do it completely in the silence, in the silence, or I would be singing, yeah? If I have something on my spirit, I would be like praising and worshiping on my own. You like my cup? I like it just because I'm into orange. So, here we are, here we are, here we are. Isn't it pretty? It's pretty nice, huh? Yeah. It's gonna look nice with the curtains too. As I said, ideally I had wanted some pop of color, but you don't really find material with that bright pop of color so easily. Most times it's in these kind of neutral colors. And I went to one particular place because the upholsterer, he used to work at this place. And you can go and, you know, you get your discount and whatnot. But I wasn't seeing anything. What I saw that caught my eye couldn't work. Like maybe the measurement, you know, wasn't correct or something like that. I don't have this kind of head for these things naturally, just like that. You need this measurement and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, the measurement wouldn't have worked. And I found myself like I was trying to force myself, just like once again for convenience sake, and because he had told me to go there, try to find something. It was really a stretch. And then the one that I found, once again, it couldn't work because, say, like, suppose if I need to have 12 yards, they might maybe have like 14 yards and all, and they don't just want to cut the 12 and leave themselves with 2. I guess it wasn't economical. And I wasn't bothered at all because I wasn't feeling it. I didn't really like it so much. And furthermore, the energy in the store, like the supervisor worker dynamic, didn't seem to be that great. Well, that kind of energy over anything I'm doing. So I was only too happy then to go and check another place. And when I went, I got this. And they didn't know anything about me. And what do you think happened? The lady said she's going to give me a discount just like that. Because that's the favor of the Lord. Favor, it surrounds me like a shield. Me from now until the day I see my King. Hello there, Big Mike. How are you? Favor, it surrounds me like a shield. It's so nice to see you today. How's your day going? La 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 la. La 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 la. Yeah, so from the time I saw it, I said, you know what? This is gonna look like elegant. It just looks like kind of luxurious to me. And it's something that can go with a lot of different colors, like maybe like a rich red or a kind of wine or something. But I didn't have curtains in that color, so it's going with gold and pink. I'm sharing about my new cushion covers. I got my new cushions today. So I'm just fussy. A beautiful smile. Oh, thank you. I get that a lot. Even though I'm getting older and I don't have my perfect teeth, but yeah, I get that a lot. You know why it's a beautiful smile? Because it comes from within. It's a genuine smile. Yeah, it comes from that good place. I'm sure you have one as well. And I'm glad to hear you're having a great day. I'm having a great day too. Yep. It's my last week of vacation. Yeah, I go back to work after Easter. And it's interesting because once upon a time, I don't know about you, but sometimes that you go on vacation, and from the time you say you're going on vacation, everybody's like, so what are your plans? What are you going to be doing? And make sure you do a lot of exciting things so that when you come back, you have a lot of exciting things to tell us and so on, and they will be there making plans. I'm going to go and visit this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I don't do that anymore. I just find joy in having no plans. Yeah, I just do. Obviously, there's some things that I would do, but yeah. I'm having a lot of days where I just get it and I'm flowing with it and I'm loving it. When I started off, the rule was supposed to be a little gardening every day and a little napping every day. And my napping is like should I say next level kind of napping? Some napping in terms of, I make the room very dark, and yeah, really take myself into that block out everything kind of place because that was needed. And then this morning I got it and I said, you know what? You don't really need that daily napping now at this stage. If you actually feel tired and you need to take a rest, so be it, but you don't need that. So I was out today. Yesterday was a home day, a slow day. Today, which is supposed to be the reason I came on here, but as usual, I'm talking all over my face. Today I took my daughter to school, then I went to the airport to see a beautiful young lady. She's going to represent Barbados in athletics, and I'm so excited. As part of the reason I came on, so excited about that. Then I went to collect the new cushions and I'm home now. Tomorrow is going to be relaxing and then gym, and Thursday is going to be the beach. It's going to be the beach. Yeah. So how are you spending your day? Are you at work? Do you work? Is your work day done? Because I know people come from like different time zones and so I don't know what time it is there for you now. Right now here is like near 2 o'clock, so I guess like kind of halfway through the day. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what I wanted to share, when I went to the airport, because the young lady told me the flight is going to be at 12 o'clock. And I said to myself, that's so strange because I don't think that the flight to this particular country normally is around that time. But anyway, I said, all right, well, if the flight is at 12, then you probably have to check in at 10, like 2 hours before. So that will work out because I dropped my daughter to school for 9. I'll come straight there. And then I got in the area, parked at the gas station, I killed some time. And then I actually just left the car there and I walked over. And I had to wait a while. The flight is later than she expected. It's no problem because I don't have any need to rush or anything. But I was sitting there And I said, hello, Noel, how are you? It's good to see you again. I hope that you had a good day because now I remember you. I remember you are my friend from Benin, I think it is. Yeah? Right. So for you, is it 5 hours difference? Is it like going up to 7 o'clock there now? You first said I remember you? Is it near to 7 o'clock now? You tell me. Yeah. If so, I hope that you had a good day. I hope that things are going good for you. Oh, you're off today just cleaning. Okay. That's wonderful. Yeah. I'm going to do some cleaning when I'm done with you too. Yep. I'm going to do that. And I shared on Sunday that I've started doing some decluttering too. Oh, springtime thing. But aside from that, because the work, I'm having some renovations done on the house. That's why you can see it there. You see it there? I have the sheet there to give me a little privacy from the work being done over on the other side. So it's like, I guess, on a mental and a spiritual level too, like clearing out the old stuff, making way for the new. Yeah. So I've been doing some cleaning too. Of course you are good. I'm so glad that you're good. Yeah, I'm doing good too. I'm doing good. Yeah. Most times I'm good. As I say, I do have my moments. I'm not always good, good, good though. Today I'm good. So as I was saying, so then I'm at the airport and I have a lot of time because young Missy's coming later than I had expected. And I was sitting there, I said, I'm not just gonna sit here and be like head down in my phone. I'm gonna sit down like people watch and. I think an airport is a very interesting place for that. Hello, 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 hello. I could make out cake. Let me call you cake. Yeah. It's so nice to have you. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know if it's your first time, but welcome. Pam, 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 pam. You want a little drum roll? Welcome to the family. We're glad that you have. That's not original. I used to come over a children's program on the radio. Welcome to the family. Yeah, thanks for popping by. So I said, I'm just gonna sit down at the airport there and like people watch. And there's this show, I don't know if anyone has ever seen it. It's called Hello Goodbye. It was a Canadian show. Back in the time when we used to get the Canadian channel on the cable TV here, we don't get it anymore. But some really nice programs you will get. And the whole premise of the show is that this gentleman, a real pleasant kind of person too, he will be at the airport and he will be interviewing persons. Either persons like you're waiting for someone to come in or you're there to say goodbye to someone that visited and they're leaving. So it's tears all around in either situation and lots of emotions. I said to myself, when you come on, you're gonna ask me that, you're gonna be asking me that, and you're gonna ask me what you need to get here. And we talked about that already. I don't like to repeat myself. I don't like to repeat myself. And I told you remember what I told you on Sunday? Tell me if you remember what I said to you on Sunday. I said, I think most likely to get here, you have to come to like New York or the UK. You probably need to have a visa. I honestly don't know the details. I'm not an expert, right? And I said, I don't know how it goes. I don't know how it goes in terms of work and jobs and so on here. I really don't know. It's not something that's that easy. It's not like there are a big lot of opportunities. I don't want to discourage you. Yeah, but it's not that easy. Yeah. Do you work though? What kind of work do you do? What are your talents? Let me get to know you. What are your talents? What are your skills? What are your interests? What kind of things you're interested in? Tell you more about the history of the way. Oh, you like that kind of thing? the way things were before. I should put you to talk to my mom. Um, was a good part to start. Whenever I chat with my mom, and mom is talking about the way things were before, I think it's pretty universal. I don't think it's limited to the Caribbean either. She always, one of the things I love is she always talks about like strong community, right? How people used to live very close together, be there for each other, look out for each other, even like in terms of respect. Like I have my children, my children walk on the road, they must speak to you. You're looking out for them. Even if like you and I we have a disagreement, the children still expected to show you respect. You know, that's a big people thing. That's nothing to do with you. If you see like somebody trying to harm my children, you see like my children doing something wrong, you as the person in the neighborhood, you can discipline them. And then when they get home, I also discipline them. Um, I like this part is a nice memory. This for me, like I guess this like little girl me. One of the beautiful memories I have is like the whole neighborhood, the whole village, going to the beach like at daybreak, you know? Um, like they would just come from house to house and they would be calling out, you know, like Johnny, Mary, whatever, everybody is coming outside. And we will all go down. Like it seemed like such an amazing, like something so far removed to how it is now. It might be a group of like 20 people, a pretty big group, you know, we will all walk and go down to the beach and then you get to see the sunrise and so on at the beach. And I guess kind of interacting with the fishermen, a real kind of village kind of feeling. I really liked it. I really, really liked it a lot. You like to listen to the past. April Fool, is it April Fool's Day or in advance? All right. Yeah. What time is it for you there now? April Fool's Day is gonna be tomorrow, yeah. I don't know when last I've like played a trick or anything on anyone for April Fool's Day. Yeah. Yeah, but that's a beautiful memory. Um, I also like the same way just now you heard me asking. Thank you so much, Big Man. I'm honored. I'm honored to have you do that. Thank you so much. As I was sharing, I was talking to Noel just now. I was asking him like, what are your interests? What are your passions? And so on. That's another thing I like. Like everybody, you had to be able to learn something and be able to contribute. So already I shared that in terms of how it went with schools, formal education, and academics and so on. Back in the day, that was good up to a certain age. That was free. But then to advance beyond that age, you would have to pay. So, you know, at that time, a lot of people poor and so on. You will leave school then at that age. That's what happened to my mom, my aunts, a lot of people from my village at that age. And then you will go and you will learn some kind of skill. Like my mother, she learned needlework, she learned to sew. Um, some persons will learn what you might go and work as a domestic. You might go and like iron clothes. You might go and learn to cook. For the men now, you might be. I had an uncle. He was a top class joiner. You know, yeah. Um, you might do welding. You might do carpentry, mason work. This one is not coming to me. A tinsmith. We still use that word. Like making like metal cups and different things like that. Yeah, so many different skills. I remember there was this gentleman. I know he has to be past by now, but at that time he was like what we call a super centenarian. He had made 100 years. He was maybe like 104, 105 or something like that. Your interest is your religion and family, okay? But you could share too. You know, you don't have to let me be here doing all the talking. Yeah. You want to share a bit about yourself, like where you're from, your family, your religion, and so on. It's up to you. You could share as you feel comfortable to. It's fine, right? What he was saying. Yeah, this elderly man, he was about 104 or 105. And still quite active at that time. He said he used to catch the bus and he would go like a fair distance. Because Barbados, an interesting thing by the way, Barbados is shaped like Africa upside down. Barbados is shaped like, and then this part at the end. And we know Africa is like, there's a lady called Iman, Iman. She is from, I'm not sure if it's Nigeria. I will try to share it here after the fact, right? But she has a song called Africa is the Shape of a Broken Heart. Yeah. Now that I'm picturing the shape, that song just, I love her music a lot. Yeah. I love her artistry. There's another one called Ayotu, but that one, Iman, she had that song Africa is the Shape of a Broken Heart. But Barbados is said is shaped like Africa upside down. So the old man lived in what we have 11 parishes, right? So the parish at the top, that's St. Lucie. The old man lived there, and then he would catch the bus and come through like 2 or 3 more parishes to visit a friend. And he said that he was an expert saddler, making the saddles and so on to put on the horses. And he said all he would like to know before he passed away is that he could pass on his knowledge and his skills to someone. But he found like a lot of young people are not interested, in those kind of things. Yeah. I know by now he has passed though, but that's something really touching. A lot of more people experience that as well. I know that you have asked me to share that. I'm convicted once again because, excuse me, one of the things I keep promising to do is to sit down with my mom and record the different things that she shares with me. I keep saying that I'm going to do it and I haven't done it. I haven't done it. We just saw on a lot of things too. She's at that age, she goes over a lot of things over and over again. Like for her childhood, like in war times. You can imagine like the scarcity of the food and the different things, all from like in the war time. Then she would share like the times when I had I think it was typhoid fever, like these different illnesses that you don't hear about now. And it's funny because when you hear her talk about it and like the care she received in the hospital, like sometimes, things like it seemed like, although you would say that is a poorer time, like the standards were higher. It's really interesting. Yeah. Like the hospital would be spick and span, and she said when you have these kind of sicknesses and they're very contagious, you will come in like she remembers. I'm thinking typhoid fever, I could be wrong. But she said it was herself and my aunt. I think my aunt was in there first and she went to look for my aunt and she got it. I'm not sure who gave it to whom, but anyhow. Then my grandmother, this her mother, went to visit. She had to look up. She had to get on off the bed and like go to a screen, a glass screen, and look and interact there. You can come on the inside. Yeah. It's interesting. You're half Somalia and half Nigerian and you're 56. You're not married. You're currently living. You're all over the place. Look at you. A Muslim, freelancer, traveler, and this is so beautiful. You warm my heart. I'm so honored to meet you. Half Somalia and half Nigerian. Yeah. Well, I'm part Nigerian as well. Yeah, so we have that in common. Yeah. All right, now tell me something. I already chatted with someone from Nigeria about the food, and of course they told me the jollof rice. So share with me something now that is Somalian in terms of food. Right? Share that with me. Yes, I did my ancestry. I checked my ancestry. Yeah, part Nigerian. Can I dial back now to how I was sharing about in the airport? Yeah, I'll just do that till someone asks me to talk something else. Right, you tell me about your phone. Where do you start? Where at the beginning? uh, I know like in Ethiopia and so on, it's like something called teff. That's pretty healthy. It's supposed to be like an alternative to wheat. You could tell me if I'm correct. Yeah. I promise to try Ethiopian cuisine, but we don't have it locally here. But yeah, when I travel, I think I had visited my family in Montreal, and I have quite Montreal is like a melting pot, you know. And Eritrean, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. You always see the ladies in always a particular hairstyle with the plait there, and then the fine braids. Yeah. It's really nice about. Oh, you love pasta and rice dishes? Okay. And what do you put with them? Please be careful. Tomorrow will be April Fool. I will be careful. Thank you. I will be careful. I will mostly be at home, but I will be careful. Thank you very much. I don't know. People still fuss over April Fools. It's interesting. There used to be a big thing as children, you know. Sometimes you really could trick somebody too, you know. You gotta come good, but you could trick people. Sometimes people tell you some convincing things and they do trick you. All right, so let's try again. So I was at the airport. Oh, I was saying about the gentleman and the Canadian program is called Hello Goodbye. And he would be interactive with persons, get to know their stories. Sometimes it might be someone like, imagine you've never seen your mother, you haven't seen your mother in like years, a long time, you know, your family, you left from one country to come somewhere else to make a better life. And it's been so long since you saw that person. It's very emotional, the reunion. Sometimes it could be like refugee. You relocate and you migrate for other reasons and then your family get to join you now. Sometimes it's like for not good reasons, like some kind of strife or some kind of problems in the family, you know, and you grow apart and you just haven't seen each other. When you parted, it wasn't on good terms or whatever. I know things have happened and you're going to be working towards, you know, repairing the relationship. And it's the first time. Oh boy. Really beautiful. Pasta and rice. Hello, 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 hello. How are you? I'm happy to see you. You were telling me what you put with the pasta and the rice. Like, do you put chicken? Do you put beef? Do you use like vegetables? What you put? And how you cook up the rice? Is the rice like I mentioned with Nigeria now? You know, it's what's the two countries to send Nigeria versus Ghana in terms of who does the better jollof rice? It's really interesting. Well, I shared here already too. Like in the Caribbean, we have a lot of our cooking similar in terms of what gets passed down from West Africa. You know, some dishes using okra and cornmeal and pumpkin and different things like that. You know what I discovered from watching the African program too? That you can eat the pumpkin leaves when you have the pumpkin vine growing. Yeah, that you can actually cook up the leaves like in rice or like in separate things. And sweet potato too, the leaves, yeah. So many things that you can use, but it's just for lack of knowledge. You add masala, that sounds Indian now. Masala spices to our rice, and we eat it with, oh, goat meat and bananas. You're going to eat, that sounds so delicious. Some salmon with brown rice, yeah. I never tried like baking salmon. I just, salmon's quite expensive here. Normally we just buy salmon like in a can and cook it up. But I promise to get a nice like fillet of salmon and try baking it. Yeah, I have to start taking notes now. So that's two things that I've been challenged to do from coming here. Or is it three? I gotta start writing notes. It's to share that song. I have some homework already from Sunday. A beautiful young lady. She's from Barbados but living in Guyana. And she was telling me about a song A Tasha Cobb song, Fill Me Up. I was singing a Fill Me Up song, but I was singing the wrong one. So my homework, I have to get started recording those different things that mom shares, right? I mentioned the song by the lady Iman, Africa is the shape of a, I hope I call the name right, and it's Iman. Imani, because Iman wasn't singing right, Imani. It might be Imani, might be. Africa is the shape of a broken heart. Mm-hmm. I know I have to challenge myself to cut that salmon. Yeah. And yes, they say for the longest time it was also supposed to try carrot cake. That sounds like a good combination. Huh? Baked salmon with some rice or some kind of meal like that, and then carrot cake for dessert. Oh, that sounds. It's nice to try new things. I'm not a top chef, but it can be creative. When we prepare our pasta, we cook it hot water like you normally do, but we like to add. Oh, so you add the vegetable stew and let it, I suppose, simmer down. So the bananas will be cooking up with the pasta and everything, or you have the bananas cooking separately. I like bananas too, green bananas. Yeah, that's very healthy. Good good starch, good energy food. Actually, very nice with the same salmon. It's very nice with fish. Yeah, if you know how to make like a good fish stew, and uh, you got me now. You got me now, like in a special place. It's really delicious. Yeah, really. Yeah, you love fish. Oh my! What other kind of fish you like besides salmon? And brown rice is good too, but I'm not good at cooking brown rice. You know, if you don't know how to deal with it, it has like a different texture. Um, Maybe it's that I add too much water or something, but yeah, I don't do such a great job cooking brown rice. What about an English stew? Well, tell me where you put it in this English stew now. You like all kind of fish, really? The bananas are separate, and many people like to add it with the stew. Okay, yeah, because the bananas don't take long to cut either. This is really nice. I actually don't use a lot of pasta. I'm not supposed to be using wheat, but I went back using it. So I don't use pasta. And I know you could get gluten-free pasta and stuff, but I don't care if it is. So I don't use a lot of pasta. But there's definitely something that we could try. When I cook green bananas, and then I'll combine it. I'll combine it when the rest of the household, yeah, has the pasta. I'm waiting to hear about this English stew now. What are we putting in this English stew? Probably potatoes. You tell me what's going in this English stew. I am Kiam. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I get that quite a bit. Um, it's growth, you know. It's a work in progress. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm also a very genuine person. Like what you see is what you get, you know. And you're making it easy too because you're interacting with me well. Kill me. So today was at the airport and I was sitting there as I was waiting on the young lady to um to show up for her flight to go over to this regional athletic meet and so on. And I was people watching because I try to spend less time, you know, just head down in the phone and so on. I can say a bit about that in a minute. And looking like interacting and so it's making eye contact with persons and like speaking and how are you and yeah. I'm going to have to put it in 2 or 3. No, you take your. I am here. I am here. You have my full attention. Don't apologize. Sorry, not sorry. that is no problem. It's really nice to learn about each other, and I think that's one way that people always come together through food, so they don't breaking bread together and communing together, and yeah, we have a lot of similar tastes. We might differ in the ways that we prepare things, but we have similar tastes. Give you a wrench. Yeah. So it was people watching, and yeah, that thought came to me. Like some persons, everybody traveling like for different reasons. Everyone has a story. So I'm probably traveling on business. I saw a group there in some really lovely orange t-shirts. So when I look at say Pathfinders. This is like something similar to Scouts and so on. I think it has both males and females though. Um, it is, I think, unique to the Seventh Days Adventist Church. But that kind of thing, like guides and scouts, those kind of activities, character building and so on, really nice. So they were going away to some conference. And I saw the different people arriving in the Barbados t-shirts, which I know then would be some of the athletes from the different families and so on. I saw persons probably traveling on business. I saw persons, some traveling going and some returning. Yeah, some with more luggage than others. So that's another thing too. Suriname enslaved people were shipped from Barbados. I did not know that, but the first time I visited Suriname, I was privileged to go. I went there on business, like on some training, and the way it was at that time, I'm not sure if still right now we have the Suriname Airways. I'm not sure if we're still getting direct flights from Barbados to Suriname, but in that time, you had to go through Trinidad, and you could not get the flights every day. So whatever day I arrived, I probably had like 2 3 days, and then this training I think on the Monday. So on the Sunday, we went on, I don't know if you could call it like an island tour. I'm saying it that way because the country is so big, right? So you can't call it really that you travel all around, but we covered quite a bit of ground. We came to a part where there were you don't call them Maroons. I don't think you call them Bush Negroes. But you know what I mean. The equivalent to what we would call Maroons then. And their village and so on. That's another set of homework to look it up. And put the correct thing there, what you call it. But this was really lovely. I said privilege because it comes like these people are inviting you into their home, although they live out in the open, a certain many little huts. And you saw like the areas where, like suppose someone is sick, the person goes in this room, maybe tantamount like to a steaming room, I guess like you use your different um medicinal herbs and so on, and like kind of like a sweat room. You saw what would be their bathroom. You saw the different areas where they sleep. Yeah, I really wish I could remember what you call them, but it was a really lovely experience. Then we went to other areas now, a park called the Black River. And this water you went in, it's black because it has in sulfur. Yeah. Very different. Like for us now in Barbados, we are accustomed to like pristine beaches, the golden sand and the clear blue sea. It was different, but it was lovely. And once again, you saw the people that live naturally there. We went over the river. The vehicle went over, like on a barge or whatever. And there was a stage where we came. I think the vehicle even got like a flat tire, and the police came along And they stay there with us, and for protection, and give you some light and so on to change the tire. And they partook in the serum Surinamese rum, which is like must be 100% proof for more real strong stuff. I can handle that. I'm not a strong drinker. Yeah. Um, but very interesting. Very each island, each place has its beauty. Very much a nature place. What I like about there too is they utilize a lot of their natural fruits, right? They don't just do the standard orange, grapefruit, apple, whatever. A lot of different fruits and some that you don't know anything about, they utilize them. And I like that. And a lot of different cultures over there in African, Indonesian, Chinese, Indian, a lot of different cultures over there. Along the rivers, I gotta scroll back now. Maroons, yeah, but I don't think they call themselves maroons. Oh, some became okay. Yes, along the rivers, yeah. Thank you so much for sharing this knowledge. Hello, Wayne Walcott. Cola Creek. Black. Okay, you know about the black water. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. That first time I went to Suriname, whenever I think about Suriname, I actually was thinking about going there. You're making my head very busy now. Because one of the areas that I'm challenging myself in life is to go on a solo trip. Right? Like to be able to build confidence and so on too. Yeah. Just to get away and have that time to myself, but also I know it will go a far away. So I said that would be an ideal place to go because the hotel, there's a little stretch there with a Torrerica Hotel, Echo Resort. There might be another one too. I think Torrerica and Echo Resort are sister hotels, but I stayed at Echo Resort. And then along that stretch, there are some offices there where I know people, right? That I would be comfortable. Yeah. And I feel pretty comfortable like navigating. I also like the architecture, that kind of Dutch architecture. But what I love, love, love is waking up to the song of birds. So many birds, so relaxing, so soothing to the spirit, yeah. Mm-hmm. And the smell of the river and the slow pace. And of course, I can't speak Dutch, but yeah, you come down and you have the breakfast there and the little birds all around. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna make me know look to work on doing that trip after all. Yeah, that was supposed to be the plan, but now I've made other plans for traveling in the summer. My daughter and I. I'm looking forward to it a lot. So let me write that here now. Huh? 7-9. Yeah, I really love those birds. And beef. Scott, you got mixed up in between everybody? No, you didn't. You say some beef. You pass for Suriname easy. Hello, Tahir Khan. Torrerica, yes, yeah. It's like hotel and casino, right? Yeah. But me, I like a smaller hotel. I like boutique hotel. I like to stay somewhere like everybody knows. You know the picture chairs. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name. I like that kind of experience. Once the place is nice, it's clean, it's comfortable, you feel safe, and so on. I like that kind of intimate experience. Yeah. So I prefer the other one. I think you could just go over like if you wanted to have pool and so on. And then the other one, the Echo Resort, as I say, they do breakfast, but they don't do. I don't know if it has changed now, but there was no lunch or dinner. You would then have to go. Our places all along that stretch there that you could go. And I let you can walk and go down to the market and the people selling the flowers and Yeah, it's nice. I see the school children, they're looking smart in their uniforms. They seem to come out from school earlier than here. Here it's like near 3 o'clock. It seems to me like around midday or yeah, earlier time school will finish. Oh, hire a house. You have property there in Suriname? Okay. I have friends there though. I have friends there that although I'm talking about the hotel, if I wanted to go that route, for sure I could they just like tell me when you're ready and we're there and so on. Really nice, genuine people, very nice. Oh, and another time when I went now and we stayed at this place, it begins with a B Bakaputo. I'm sorry, I hate to know when I pronounce things. I feel it's disrespectful when I pronounce like names wrong. But this place now is like when we think that we were in the jungle, they say you now got to go like a lot further to be in the jungle. This ain't the jungle. Bakaputo or something. I gotta look for it now. But that was an experience. Let me tell you, when we first arrived there, what happened is the gentleman that organized this thing for us, that time we went to that training now. I don't know if his lineage is from there or what it is, right? But it had meant a lot for him to know that we came and we stayed there. You like completely remove, you know where it is? It's fairly near to where the dam is in Suriname. Just to give you an idea if that helps you. I remember that part. And there's no Wi-Fi. The people thought they would die. But there's no Wi-Fi in your rooms. When you come down into the general area where you have your meals and different things, but the reception you could get it there. But it looked like these kind of huts, like nature kind of thing. And so they're sticking, you're hearing all kind of noises. And you don't know like what animal, you don't know what it is there out there, and you there in your room. And the nice bed there set up and the big mosquito net. And let me tell you, I have never slept as deeply and soundly as I did when I was there. Yeah. I think I got the Wi-Fi though because probably like the guard or somebody, some official something was situated near to where my own hut was, right? So I still could have picked up, but I wasn't missing it though. Yeah. And then the night when you have to come down now, it's not like a lot of light, like you scare some snake or something gonna jump on you. You'll be like spotting your light to see as you walk and come down. But the food was really delicious and it's like a whole kind of community setup. Like the people from the village then, when it's entertainment time, the whole people from the village coming over like in a bus. And they reenact. I always say I hope they will never change it. It's very charming to me. The reenacting, like they have games like what's the game you play when you go around in the circle and then you keep removing the chairs, right? Then there is another one is similarly to in Barbados. We will have all called there's a brown girl in a ring. Like you clapping and you going around, and then they will pick you and you gotta like, do a particular dance or something like that. About 2, 3, or 4 like different things like passed on from Africa. So it's be fascinating, like although we different in terms of the languages, the similarities, with these things, cause all things get passed on. As I said, like the same trip, same ship, we just get put off at different places. You are 24. Oh, I'm so proud of you. That's wonderful. Funny enough, when I left home to come where I'm living now, I was also 24. Yeah. See what you could do. That's why you should never limit young people. A video on your account of you in the garden watching the bird. You like the birds too? Mm-hmm. It's a real nice nature place, as I keep saying. Real beautiful. I'm real proud of you. Yeah. So you are originally from there. You were born in Suriname, or what's your story? You had left to check out my channel before I said quit, and I love that you are also. Oh, family first. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Yeah. You don't have to feel pressure to subscribe. You know, you could just pop in anytime. Yeah. I'm not one of these people. I just don't do it. Whatever I do in my life, and it's unfolding to me more and more. I do not force anything in my life. So I'm not a person that will be here. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe. I'm not. If it's your cup of tea and it's for you, well, fine. I appreciate you. If you just want to pass by and give me a show every now and then, that's fine too. You just don't be disrespectful. You know, even the few people that try that, I just see it as attention seeking. I don't have like no spar of words with them. I don't have that kind of energy to waste. Yeah, I'm very much a family person. Brocopondo, yes, 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 correct, correct, correct. We always made a joke of like trying to pronounce it. Brocopondo. Yes. You only recently got home, ex-serviceman. It's been tough, oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm glad that you're at home. So you plan to have a restful evening. You're home with your family. As I always say, you share what you feel comfortable sharing. I don't know if you're there on your own or you have your family or what's the situation. But I hope you have things in your life. I see you like you're cooking, right? Which is wonderful. Sounds yummy. But I hope you have things in your life that bring you joy. Yeah. Strong African culture in the, of course, England African languages. Better preserve. Really? Yeah, very strong. And the way they dress and they have their hair and everything. Yeah, very strong indeed. Note this down if you haven't seen it. Africa meets Suriname. Africa meets Suriname. I know, this gentleman, is he from Ghana? That was doing the tour, went all through the Caribbean. I don't know if I said that. My name is Jessica, by the way. If I see you call me creative, which is fine. I am a creative. I'm proud to be. Next time I come, I might share some of my poetry, or so I'll share something a bit more of myself. Yeah. Jessica, my children call me Auntie Jessica. They spoke African from when they met. Okay. You were in South Africa for 2 years, not fighting but putting. And how was that experience? That's one of the places I would like to visit, South Africa. I used to say to visit Victoria Falls, but I don't know if just for the sake of visiting Victoria Falls. But two things I'll tell you. One is one of my favorite books. It's called, but wait, Cry, Cry the what? Cry the Beloved Country by Sir James Patton. Sir James or Sir Alan? Maybe Alan Patton. Somebody search it. The name of the book is Cry the Beloved Country. My favorite quote, one of my favorite quotes, I cannot say the whole thing, but it's Cry the Beloved Country for the unborn child that is the inheritor of our fear. Right, and then it goes on, do not behold this. It's so beautiful. Do not look too much at the veld. You know, the veld is, they talk about the beauty of like the fields and this part of the water and this and that. So like, it's in essence the thing, like, don't get too attached to these things, don't get too emotional and so on. It's so beautiful. So, 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 so beautiful. Yeah. Like poetic. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You in South Africa for 2 years. Right, I saw that part. Not that young YouTuber from Ghana, but someone. Okay. Alright, I would definitely check it out. Thanks so much. Everyone sees the uniform and assumes they're killing people. Oh, you delivered water? Okay. I know it's a big thing. I don't know if you will call it like water engineering, but yeah, it's a big thing in Africa to be able to work. Like, say water security. You know, when they say security, securing like the access to water, right? Being able to access water and so on. Very important. That's very important work that you did. Life saving. Suriname meets Guyana. That's the video. Okay. Thanks so much. I will make a note and check it out. I will. I promise you I will check it out. Actually, I'll probably add it to like one of my playlists to make sure. Suriname meets Guyana. I'm very glad that you shared that with me. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, so you're talking about that video. Yeah, I talk about Cry the Beloved Country. I'll look up that quote. Cry the Beloved Country. Alan Patton is the name. Cry the Beloved Country. And for some reason, I don't know what put me on that train of thought. But yesterday I was thinking, it came to me like how, as I would say again now, we all have various skills and gifts and so on, you know, and even I'm thinking if the personalizing. I think part of it might be because I personally am in a situation where our household income, right, has been shrunk, so to speak. And I was looking like for some ways that some things I could do to help bring in some income. So I was looking at myself too in terms of the different gifts. And I started listing off and I was surprised at how many different things I was listing. I was like, I could do, but I teach lessons. I could do natural hair. I send them into gardening, mostly more so for my own food security and stuff. I said, well, I could let it get into that more, even do that with ornamental plants. I crochet. Right now, working on a blanket. See it there, see it there, see it there. Yeah, I crochet. Um, I got a lot of knowledge in terms of like herbalism, like natural wellness and so on. You get my point. Like I was going up probably like I could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then gone on to the next one. So I saw a lot of times when people sit down and like, yeah, times are hard and I don't like looking for people to help them. So like we gotta be willing like to tap into our own gifts and our own abilities and try to help ourselves, right? And most times when you do that, something's gonna appear. God is gonna send someone, or it's gonna work out that somebody will come along your path to help you to add to what you're already doing for yourself. But in thinking about that, I remember this documentary I watched long ago, but it has always stayed with me. This woman, she's a black woman, mature, let's call her like a senior, maybe in her 60s or more. I don't know how she managed to start it, but she's in a situation that she is a very wealthy person now. And she's actually like buying out a lot of farms. The show me she was buying out like a winery owned by white people, right? Buying out like farms, winery, different things like that, and developing. She has a very sharp businessman. And then as she does that, she then looks to see how she can help others. It might be somebody now starting a business, or it might be somebody in need. And there was a segment in the program now when she visited this household. The grandmother, whoever in the household, she is blind because she has cataract. She needs surgery. I think she's gonna help her get the surgery. She was gonna help her get the surgery. And then the child of the grandmother, the daughter, whoever, she is HIV positive. And they were sitting there like, well, we need this help and so on was going to happen. And she said, I'm going to help you get your surgery, but you know what I'm also going to do? I am going to bring some snacks, right? And y'all are going to sell these snacks because even as destitute and as helpless as this situation looks, there's still something that you can do to help yourself as they help you. And when she left them, as she was talking, and especially the old lady was about how it's going to work. I said, it's going to work out. I assure you it's going to work out. I'm going to give you the start and it's going to work out. And as she was driving away, she said, it never occurred to me to just help them and not have them do anything to help themselves. That's not how I got where I am. Yeah. It's just something that struck a chord and so on there for me. As I said, it was a South African program. Water and food you deliver and supply for 2 years. Wow. Wow. So how you found that experience now? Like the area, I don't know where in South Africa you would have been, how you found that overall experience. I know a gentleman, he's a local artist here, very talented. And he went to South Africa, he had the opportunity to go there in terms of the art and so on. And he was sharing with me, maybe like he stayed in Johannesburg or wherever, the area is very densely populated. I don't like to use these terms slums. I know it's the reality, but I try not to, like paint everything as people normally would with their words. Yeah, he said that really stood out for him. But in as much as it stood out for him, and like it evoked something in him in terms of his art, right? And you know what I find? People that live in a lot of situations where they're oppressed either politically, economically, or whatever, like it's always been this kind of vibrance and so the art. You check it out for yourself. You look at Haiti, look at Cuba, look at the same South Africa, look at different places, and you will find it. Yeah, I suppose it's a kind of escape or kind of it's like erupting kind of thing. The art is always like very in a very strong kind of way. Yeah. Look at gone over hour again. I didn't plan to stop here so long, but it's all good. It's all good. I really enjoy having you all keep me company. Really beautiful. It's one of my dreams to visit Africa as well. I don't know how it's gonna unfold. There was a time when I saw myself like going and volunteering at a school. Yeah, but I will see. I would just keep an open heart. Just for song. You saw we got the song. Right, yeah, so just like so, yes, correct. Mm-hmm. It's like some you got to live the experience. So you can always tell the difference if somebody's doing anything, singing, writing, whatever. Especially if you yourself are creative and you got that understanding, you could tell when somebody just writing something in a whimsical way from when it's being written from feeling it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm looking now to see if I got my book here with my own writing. If I can find something here that I might want to share. Can I? Can I? That was supposed to be a separate video. All right, let me share one. I like this one. This is called The Art of Storytelling. Let me share another dream. Let me just put a lot of things out there. Another area. What have I shared so much? But I share the things that I want to try cooking. Some of the things I want to try cooking. I said I want to try baking some salmon. I want to try a carrot cake. Then I said to challenge myself now. I want to do that solo trip that I have Suriname in mind. And another thing that I've been promising and just been a wimp about for all these years is like to get on the stage and perform, like spoken word or whatever, read out my poetry in front of an audience. Yeah, it's gonna happen. The art of storytelling. I am a storyteller. My heritage it is. Yoke thrust upon me, blanketed abyss. I spin and weave, tormented by visions that I see. Words unfurl before me, defying gravity. I am a storyteller in everything I do. No easy feat, a challenge, discerning false from true, balancing on tightrope, wobbling as I go, performing in life's circus, defecting all she throws. I am a storyteller. Soak, sponge, squeeze, and imbibe. The tart mixed with the sugary across my tongue doth glide. Intoxicated, full surrender, blank page, restless, awaits. Pen gripped now, bullets loading, shots fired, fear abates. I am a storyteller, emboldened, heartbeat strong, plot mind to shape and fashion, tune mind to craft in song. Give me your full attention, devour my every word, stretch heart to capture spirit, free mind to soar. That part makes me emotional somehow. Free mind to soar like bird. You are your storyteller. The words you speak, choose well, life-giving or dream-stunting, code scrambled or in shell. Build nations, heal the wounded, no limits you must place. Love self, take none for granted, find purpose, carve your space. Yay! Yay! I haven't written in so long. I want people with like a lot of different talents, I get pulled in a lot of different directions. Yeah. And I got a lot in me in terms of my creativity. As I said, the plan was to come on and have a separate life just for sharing, but the time was right. I was supposed to share that with you. No, thank you so much. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, this I started doing during COVID actually. Yeah, as a healing, you know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. As a healing. Yeah. Sometimes when you're forced to be still, probably things that you're running from and you didn't process, you find yourself, forced on you. So that is how it had been for me during that time. I finally started to experience things physically, and when I peel back, I dealt with it physically. But when I peel back the layers, it was like grief for my father that I lost as a child. Yeah, and I started expressing myself a lot, creatively, writing poetry, writing songs, and so on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, really beautiful. I'll share another one another time. I wrote both a song and a poem about my father too. Yeah. All right, this one is called Rose Quartz. This is a love one. To know you have run from beginning to end, To find someone real, no need to pretend. To see in your eyes, I can always depend on you, music to my soul. To soar to new heights on these broken wings. To remember that love is a beautiful thing. To be open to you and all that you bring takes courage. I'm surprised to have found. To trod hand in hand on unbeaten paths, to share silent jokes and to raucously laugh, to rub souls together and skin never chafe, nothing between us can come. To dream in color and vividly perceive, to claim what I want and take what I need, to soak in your love and truly believe that all will be well. I see. Yeah, let me leave that before I spend the whole time now reading. Reading, yeah. But there was a time when I said I would write that. I would write a book of poetry and I would call it Chapter 8. Because when I lost that, I was 7. You get it? So it's like I finally moving on from that. And yeah, this life now after processing all of that is like a new chapter, no Chapter 8. Yeah. What about you? Are you close to your father or your family or your siblings or what? You don't have to share, it's up to you. I even have Bible here and I know it was going to be. I can't even find my own Bible when I came home now. This is my daughter's. She just got up a day and asked me if I could buy her a Bible. I was so determined. I was like so glad that she actually wanted me to do that. I went to the beach. I went to people's store there with like my swimsuit and sandy sand covered, not just my swimsuit, but you get it. Probably still some sand on me. I got a nice little Bible. So finishing up how I was talking about the airport. So I was saying to myself, like everybody you see has a story, you know. As I said, some are leaving, some are returning, some are there to meet people, carrying different sets of luggage. And I remember when I first started to go into the church that I go to now, it was through, I just found this thing on a blog online, and the bishop, he was sharing about, he was doing a pilgrimage, you know? And I just like the way he taught, like, the importance of showing grace to one another and more importantly to yourself, and the whole come as you are kind of thing, and the whole unpredictability. Although, you know, but I've never done a pilgrimage, but I guess, you know, you have to be dependent on to strangers. I like that a lot. Yeah. And you gotta like to understand the limitations of your body. Like, I guess and it's too tired, but you need to try to push on to reach a certain stage by nightfall. Or sometimes you gotta like realize this ain't happening. I trying to work towards making it to some point, but I'm gonna have to stop and rest. So even if it sets me back, you know, the whole community of it, it was really a beautiful thing. But the point in all of that then is he underscored the importance of traveling light. And that's something I pride myself in doing. Like when I have to, I'm not the typical female, I guess, in that regard. I pride myself in my ability to travel light. Yeah, I don't like to travel with a lot of luggage. I don't think I've ever really traveled with a carry-on. I would have like a bag, you know, but like an actual carry-on suitcase, no. They just check through one thing and yeah, I would just have like a bag you can push under the airplane seat. I don't travel with a lot. If I'm where you know I'm gonna do a bit of shopping, then I travel very late. I hardly pack anything, you know. Even coming back, I'm never like at my limit or anything like that. But he made that point. Like when we talking about traveling late, like don't be traveling and like carrying a lot of grudges, carrying a lot of burden, carrying a lot of unresolved things, a lot of bitterness, all these things. Imagine you traveling through life with all that in it. It could get to be a real load, right? Yeah. Or even like sometimes then that you got yourself going on a particular path, but you might have to like switch gears or like switch plans unexpectedly. How difficult, how challenging it is then if you're all lumbered with all of these different things to be able to switch off. And yeah, but if you're traveling late now, you're more like ready to get up and go and be open to God's plans for you and the way, navigate life's twists and turns and so on. Yeah. Yeah. It's really interesting. Mm-hmm. So I think I share everything I come to share with you all. I came mostly as it's in my inspiration. You know how it always goes. I come and then I follow according to how the chat goes, right? But the main thing was just that experience today. The beautiful thing about it too was the stillness, right? Which I love. Obviously, as I said, I'm home on leave now, so I have that flexibility. But I love that I was like sitting there like waiting for over an hour. It wasn't a problem. I was just able to like be there in the stillness and wait on this young lady to arrive, almost like I'm there preparing the way for her in a way. And then as I was waiting to be able to be present and not, you know, to be able to be taking in the different things going on around me and just the whole lesson, as I said, more so than watching the different people as they go along in their different clothes and their different dynamics and so on. The part that stood out to me was that luggage part. And I said, this is not for me alone. I gotta come and share this here. And thank you for I learned so much from you today. Mm? I learned so much. I don't know if you want to tell me your real name. If not, it's fine. But I learned so much. And the fact that you're so young too. Yeah. You're probably like one of these people wise, like also kind of thing, like wise beyond your years. But I really learned a lot from you in terms of Suriname, I think. That's a beautiful thing about traveling too, it opens up your eyes to a lot. Yeah. And when I travel, I like to experience a place, like how the locals, I guess you might be similar to how the locals experience it. I like to try to find a way to connect with people. I'm going to do it or force it, but, very easily. Not young and not old like me. Or neither young or old like me. I have a very youthful spirit. Okay. Yeah. Um, what I'm saying. I like to be able to connect with people. Like in recent times I've been going to London sometimes twice a year. Like on business for work, attending these conferences. And probably when I went, maybe it was year before last. And you know how it goes. If you want to catch, like, say, number 10 bus, it's going to take me to a particular street. You might have, like, more than one option. You might have the number 10 bus that goes this. Number 10 bus is called number 10 because it's taking you to Elmore Street. I don't know where you see example Elmore Street. We might have the number 10 bus that goes through Big Bird to get to Elmore. You have the number 10 that's going through Snuffy to get to Elmore, different choice. So I think I had got on the wrong bus at the station, and this beautiful couple they came. She said, I realize you need to come down here to the other part where the bus is gonna stop, and get on with us. Cause we heard when you were talking and asking, yeah. And then they share a bit about this lovely, lovely couple, and they share a bit about myself. I took a photo with them too, and they said, you should try. You could check out this museum, and you could check out this and check out that. And it's real nice. So Jessica from Barbados, really beautiful smile and so on, and they all up in their energy too, really lovely. And I like things like that. Yeah. And once you got that kind of personality, like you open and think to things too, you will tend to, attract that as well. Oh, the conference. This is I don't know if you would call it like environmental. This was at the International Maritime Organization in London. So the big talk with that now is like reducing the carbon in the atmosphere. Yeah. You call it decarbonizing. So for my work, it's specifically in shipping, but it's a whole big conversation. I guess you will know, but it's a whole big global conversation. It's something interesting. I used to go to things more dealing with like safety, but it just worked out that I got roped into the environmental one, and I like it. Cause being a person into nature and so on, I gravitate towards it. And yeah, I give thanks for your experiences. I guess I need to wish it could be more environmental and less political and less economical, but it is what it is. And it's a beautiful thing. And when I go, I carry the same kind of personality. And when I got to speak at the conferences, I say what I got to say, but it's like my same kind of personality shining through. So everybody loves that, and they call me the sunshine girl. Yeah, they like that. And that's a beautiful thing to like interacting and connecting with people from like all different parts of the world, and being true to yourself. And that is something, it has legs, but I don't know what's happening. I realize when I'm watching it too late, sometimes the visual and the audio is not adding up, right? Yeah. Well, I apologize for that. I don't know how to control that. Yeah. But I hope it's worth the trouble anyway. Yeah, what I want to say to you, that people don't really understand the power in like being true to yourself and being authentic. Because when you go to this, but I give you an example for the one I go to, which is environmental. But I would think it's true to any kind of conference. The big thing that you got different countries, people representing, is to be able to trust people, right? And the way you can build trust and foster that is being true, bringing your true self to the table. Like when I go, I'm not going like representing Jessica, representing my country, so it might not always be like I speaking for how Jessica would see things or deal with things because it's bigger than me. But the point is, once you can show that you're genuine and you're sincere, it goes a long way. Yeah. So it was a pleasure meeting with you, a pleasure chatting, getting to know you. Thanks so much for taking the time. You kept my company for a long time. Thanks for taking the time to be here and staying, going the full distance with me, teaching me the different things. I'm going to check out the video that you told me about. Yeah, it really has been a joy. Thanks for listening to my poetry as well. Yeah, I really give thanks to you, and I wish you the best. I don't know if I get to see you another time or not, but I'm wishing you the absolute best in everything you do. Your rented property, everything, all the different things. But that's the part you share that I know about. But all the different things you aspire to, I'm wishing the very best to you. All right. All right, all right, all right. Bye-bye, everybody. Be good, be careful, and be cheerful. Be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. All right. And what else? Stay true to yourself. Just check it out. All right. I'll definitely check it out, and I will let you know when I do. All right. All right. Bye-bye. Take care. Stay blessed.